Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Ketubot page 79, which, as we've discussed, one of the things that a woman may bring into a marriage is called nichsim alug. In the event that it's property, the law is that she maintains ownership of the property. However, her husband has rights to its peros, to its fruits. And the question is, what happens if instead of land, she brings in things which are movable items? So the law is, again, because it falls under this category of what's called nichsim alug, which is understood that the husband should have the rights to be able to enjoy it on some level without it being diminished in value. So what they do is they will take that item and they'll purchase land with it, and again, this way the woman will retain ownership of the principal, the actual land, and the husband will be able to enjoy the fruits. And this is what takes place, as has been mentioned numerous times over here, that's what is supposed to be done. However, there's an actual dispute when it comes to, in those days, if you had servants, if you had people that worked with you, and that was also considered to be in those days a form of property, of ownership. And the question is, should you sell those slaves or servants in order to be able to purchase land? Because again, the question is, what exactly would we say as far as him being able to, so to speak, enjoy its fruits? And therefore, there's an opinion that says that even though typically we would sell, but we're not going to do it in this situation. And the reason is because of shvach beis aviha, because this is something in which is directly connected to her family. Furthermore, it gives another example, perhaps a little bit less controversial than owning slaves, which again was something which was commonplace in many areas. Not necessarily was it a good thing, but nonetheless it was a reality. That if, let's say, she had certain trees, grapevines, in which were also brought in from the family, certain things which had value, which had intrinsic value, in addition to it just being something which could easily be sold, again we say there is a possibility of shvach beis aviha, which means that not always is it allowed to be sold. And therefore we see from here an interesting point, is that when there is an emotional connection to an item, we have to recognize as a husband to not just be careless and just say, okay, you know what, let's pawn it off. You're bringing this in, let's sell it and let's get some money off of it and let's buy land, and this way we could just live off the fruits of the land. We have to also recognize beyond monetary value, intrinsic value. And therefore, because of this, there are certain times, as the Talmud says, that even though she's bringing something in which technically is supposed to be for the benefit as well for the husband, but nonetheless, because of the sensitivity of recognizing her emotional connection to it, therefore sometimes we will say not to sell.